Hawick were coming off the back of a loss at Edinburgh Accies the week before, but if that put them under a bit of pressure as they started their home campaign against a Marr side that brushed aside Selkirk the week before, they certainly didn't show it. A couple of Kirkford penalties opened up their account before Ronan McKean stamped his authority on proceedings by racing in for the opening try of the game. Colin Sturgeon, as he's done so many times before, reduced the gap with 2 penalties of his own for Marr. But then scrum half Logan Henry took his opportunity just before half-time to score this try and give Hawick an 18-6 lead at the turn. McKean went in again just after the break with a second converted try, which opened up a healthy gap. And 10 minutes later, it was the turn of birthday boy Lee Armstrong, who celebrated his 35th with a score which took the Greens out to an impressive 32-6 lead. Marr did get a consolation converted try, but then it was time for the Hector Patterson show to begin. The former Jed Thistle and Hawick scrum half was returning to his roots after being assigned to Edinburgh at pro level, and of course has been capped for Scotland under 20. The youngster oozes quality, and in the few minutes he was on the park he scored a hat-trick. Together with Kirkford's impeccable kicking display adding plenty of extras, this was a super performance from Hawick, who have bounced back in fine style from last week and will go on and relish the possibility of taking on the Super 6 teams that now grace the Premiership, starting next week when they host unbeaten Heriots in what should be an absolute belter.
Yeah, it's really good. We spoke at the start of the week, just up in it from last week, and it was quite poor from us, so we knew Marr are a tough side. They always have been in the history that Hawick have had from Marr, so we just knew it'd be a tough one just to stick in. So we got throughout the game, Marr sort of struggled a bit, I think, like physically and fitness wise, so they you could see holes in them that we could just fly out the line and just take them on. They were running their snaps and stuff, like there was no sort of thing, so we could just fly up and just sort of hit them. So.
And obviously it was, I can't remember the time that you came off the bench, but it wasn't even a full 40 minutes, and to get a hat-trick, that must be, like, personally, it must be terrific. Yeah,
pretty happy. It's didn't do a lot of running to get the tries. I was pretty lucky. I've got so good players around me, so I can just walk them in at the end. So I just do the easy part. It's the big boys that do the hard part. So I just get to finish them off. So.
The first two there was a bit of running, maybe not the last one. And obviously you're aligned to the Edinburgh Senior Academy, and you played your kind of first senior rugby here at Hawick.
Yeah.
Will we see a lot of you in a Hawick jersey this year? What's the setup with you this season?
Yeah, I hope so. It's sort of changed a lot different now because there's no Super 6 obviously, so it's I'll be in quite a few environments as I try to get more under 20s games, so hopefully I'll be selected in them, and then I've got Hawick as well, and then potentially Edinburgh A games if I'm selected, so I'll be in sort of 3 different environments, so just sort of adapt into that and just try to pull the shot on as many times as I can.
And is it good coming back into this environment?
Yeah, it's good. It's all the boys are welcome, so yeah, it's good. I enjoy it.
Bitterly disappointed with our performance. Compounded errors throughout the game. Discipline wasn't where we needed to be, and we had a kind of game plan that we were going to plan to execute for the game, and we didn't quite get that right. But fair play to Hawick, they came out the blocks firing. They were really good in defence. They shut us down, and when they got their opportunities, they were really clinical and put 50 points on us, unfortunately. Talked about what we were doing poorly, what we needed to do, reiterated the messages that we'd been talking about Tuesday, Thursday, and like I said, we just couldn't kind of put our phases together. A lot of mistakes. Yeah, really bitter pill to swallow for us today.